So I thought it might be fun to do a how I started my business series, and I started ShiftSetGo technically as Ideal Wellness back in 2011. So I have a lot to share, a lot of behind the scenes, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the ups and downs. And I'm not sure how many episodes this will be. I'll try and keep it concise. There's a lot of drama to share. Back in summer of 2011 is when I started the business, and I started it because I was the office manager of, we'll just call it a natural healthcare center, and I had heard about this weight loss program offered at a similar type of office about an hour away, and I thought that's really interesting. It's something we should do here. So I brought it to the doctors, and they were like, "We hate everything about that." And I said, "Okay, then can I just do this myself? I'll rent the room from you, and I'll take all the risk, everything." They said, "Okay, do whatever you want." I'd been running the office, I want to say, for about 8 years at that time. And spoiler, I ended up being there for about 10. So I was doing my business there for about another year and a half. Anyways, I said, all right, I'm going to do this myself. It was a meal replacement weight loss program. So the initial investment was about $5,000. So I put it on my personal credit card and was like, all right, I'm all in. If this fails, then I just have a lot of these meal replacements that I'm going to have to eat. And the reason I also wanted to do it was really self-serving because I had my youngest was 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 3, and 5-year-old at the time. So I had what I still called baby weight. I wanted to lose about 20 pounds. So I thought this could be a good way to do it. And I'm extremely entrepreneurial, and I wanted to have a business. So it was actually great that they told me no and that I did it myself, because fast forward, it would not be Shift Set Go now. So that was a good thing in hindsight. Anyways, that was a good thing in hindsight. So it's 2011. I make the order. It arrives. I'm like, what do I do with all this stuff? And I just had to figure it out. So I started getting clients at that clinic I was in, and things were going fine. Myself was doing the program. I lost about 20 pounds in 8 weeks, and I was just thrilled. That was my goal. I had never really dieted before, so I didn't really know what to expect. I was always an athlete prior to that. That whole summer, because I wanted to lose weight, I was doing what I thought you're supposed to do: eat less, move more. I was eating less, so being calorie restrictive, and I was teaching trampoline aerobics. So you're supposed to lose 1,000 calories an hour or whatever the stupid thing was, but I was teaching it probably 10 classes a week. And I think that whole summer before I started this program, I had lost maybe 3 pounds. So clearly that advice doesn't work, but that's a story for a different day. So fast forward, now it is 2012, and I get married. I was divorced at the time. I get married to my now husband, and we have a baby. So I have her, my youngest, in the winter of the end of 2012. So I take a kind of pseudo maternity leave. I'm not really coaching. It's kind of a good time because it's Christmas, kind of gearing up to relaunch the program the beginning of the year of 2013. When I'm kind of in and out of the office because I'm still the office manager, doing payroll, doing all the things. When I come back full time, the doctors there are like, hey, I think they saw how much it was making, and that maybe they did or didn't need me to do it. They said, okay, we're going to do this ourselves. We don't really want to do it anymore. So I was like, no problem. We weren't really seeing eye to eye anymore. I will take this out of here. I'm going to move it down the road. I found an office to rent because it's actually where I got my hair done. So seeing the same person to get my hair done for 20 years definitely pays off. So I end up renting a room, and the downstairs, turns out the building was owned by one of my clients at the time. So everything just really fell into place. It was perfect. I actually was all windows, and it was a really cute office, except I had a newborn and was breastfeeding. So I would have to draw all the blinds. I remember doing this every day. I think I worked 3 days a week, or I coached 3 days a week. I would draw all the blinds. I would have to pump and put it in my little cooler bag. I know all the working moms out there totally get what I'm talking about. So now I'm in this location, and I was at the time still working for that natural health place. And said, okay, I'm going to give you my notice. I gave them 6 weeks notice. So by spring. I was totally done doing that, 100% an entrepreneur, and I was definitely scared to do it, but at the same time, I'd proven my concept for almost 2 years now. My husband had a full-time job, so while I am very much a risk taker, it felt like a really safe risk to take. Although I remember my best friend being really worried. She's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" She's like, "Well, you could always find another job." So, but I knew in my head, I was like, I'm not going to ever find another job. This is it for me. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm come hell or high water. I'm going to make this work. And if I don't, I'll figure something else out. But it worked and I kept going. It was just myself and I would make my orders to my home because my location, I was only there a couple days a week and I didn't want these big UPS orders to come. And I would go out into my garage. I kept all these like big Costco steel shelves. I remember UPS would come. I thought I was like packing for the apocalypse because I had all this meal replacement. It looked like I was a hoarder or a prepper. I would get email orders from my clients because I had no technology back then. This is 2013. I mean, of course, there was technology, but not like what I have now. I would take my little grocery bags, like a little plastic Safeway bag, and I would have their order and I would print it out because I don't even think I used email on my phone then. Maybe hardly. I would have their order and I would pack them single meals. So it'd be like, John Doe wants a peanut butter bar and a chocolate shake and this and that. And I would get them 21 meals because they would do 3 meals a day for a week. I would put it in the bag and I would staple a little paper on it that said their name. And I would pack all these. I'd be up till like 11 or 12 every night before I would go to the office the next day. And then I would have all their little orders ready. And I had inventory at my office too, but looking back now, it's really ridiculous what I would do, but it worked. And then in late 13, 14, I actually became a rep for the company that was the product I was doing. So that is probably going to be part 2. So stay tuned.